oh boy, Wednesdays keep coming. And no matter how many comic books I read, I keep missing the opportunity to review them. So let me get through it. There's another stack that I've got that I'm going to have to put that on. I think I'll split it between this Thursday Comics edition and put it on the back end of Sunday Comics after I read, a public domain Sunday Comics story. So here we go. Absolute, which took a downward turn for me when it comes to their star title, which is, of course, Absolute Batman, with the really disgusting political messaging that's happened outside and within the book itself. So I don't know what to tell you. Will I go back to it? I don't know. But even with that, of the three, I thought Superman was the worst. Superman is actually getting better. Not because of the character Superman at all, but just the overall thing. Still got problems with it. But Batman pooped the bed, so, there's that. Still, all along, the best of the three was Absolute Wonder Woman. It's the most interesting of the stories, and it's carved out its own little thing here. And since I have no interest in what Tom King's doing with the actual Wonder Woman title, this is Wonder Woman for me for the foreseeable immediate future, So they're introducing a new villain here, a mysterious. Oh, who or what could it be? Well, there's a cliffhanger of sorts, so you'll have to read it to find out. But once again, it's a different artist, but they're keeping with the aesthetic of ancient drawing styles and stuff like that because of Greek mythology and everything. And it really decorates up the story and, to give Wonder Woman her own look. And there she is studying and looking into things, investigating and whatnot. And now that she realizes it's possible, the Amazons have survived. Spoiler, they have. So she's wondering where she can find them and all. But still, it marries up with the stylings. Even I'm forgetting the names of the artists, and I apologize for that. But even the previous one, this artist is, well, not quite, but there's something similar in the aesthetic. And then the art of antiquity just seems to fit right with it. As the story unfolds. Now, this one is sort of after their big adventure in the maze and all that. This is one of those, hey, let's catch up and take a breather for a bit. But there's this new menace. And she's got to go take it on, find out what that's about, and off she goes. There's poor little Steve Trevor shows up. Honey, I'm home, but she's already off on a mission. So there you go. Of the absolute titles, Absolute Wonder Woman remains absolutely the best of the batch. Yes. Meanwhile, back in the old original DC, we have Green Lantern. And, it started off really cool when it was, Green Lantern, mostly Hal Jordan as, Green Lantern. And then they had this big event for the Green Lanterns. And, boy, it dragged on too long and got a little too crowded. And it was getting a little stale for me. Despite Jeremy Adams' best efforts, he is one of their best writers. Probably the best writer at the moment for DC. But I got to say, his Flash Gordon for Mad Cave is infinitely better than Green Lantern. Right now, his Aquaman is better than Green Lantern. But so here you go. After the big adventure with the Starbreakers, which isn't quite over, but nevertheless, you've got a little time for romance between Carol and Hal. But going through the destruction of Oa and whatnot, they find an ancient tome, and oh no, there's something in there. What is it? It's Hal Jordan's name. How can that be in this ancient book and all that? So Hal Jordan is, well, he's something special, isn't he? Yeah. Probably prophesized to be. So meanwhile, back on Earth, here he is capturing this criminal and all that stuff. Being a superhero, it'd be kind of nice to get some more of that, for a little bit anyway. But anyway, now there's a new mystery and all this stuff. And what does it mean? Well, it means, again, Hal Jordan's very special, and another overarching super duper cosmic arc, I imagine. Will it spill over into the Green Lantern Corps? Probably, I don't know. But is it going to keep crowding the book to where, even though Hal Jordan is still the center of it, especially in this case, is it going to feel like it? I don't know. So, can't guarantee I can maintain my interest. Had it for a while, but we'll see. Also, at the real DC, we have Batman Hush #2. And, it's Jim Lee's art. There's that. But, it's not that great. So we get a more story. All the sidekicks are mad at him, including the Riddler. So another one of these. And he's got to fight them off. And then he injects Barbara Gordon, paralyzing her, after she's suffered paralysis for a time. And then they, had some kind of cure for it. So there she's recalling the moment the Joker shot her and all that. But, he needed the distraction to get away from and to throw Dick Grayson off his game and all that. But how many times are we going to see this? Especially, Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon are mad at Bruce Wayne, and the same rinse, lather, repeat plot templates. Then Catwoman shows up and lectures him too. So they gotta have a little fight, and still here. Oh, look, they're at the church, So she left him at the altar, Oh. What's Hush up to? I don't know. It's hard to care. It's just, oh man. This is their big event to reinvigorate the Batman line in DC overall, and not doing it for me so far. People say Jim Lee's not at his best, and I suppose they got points here and there, but it's pretty good art. It's pretty to look at. So, there's that. Meanwhile, over at Justice League, another event takes over, and hey, what are they going to do with all these time variant people? Well, they explain their story, and they got something to do. They got to evacuate the entire population of Earth so that they can... if they're going to reset the universe, do they even have to evacuate them? I don't because all of the events would never have happened. As far as I understand it, Still, great Dan Mora art, There's Adam, there's Batgirl. Wow. Man, Batgirl's stacked. Anyway, there you go. More great art there, but, yeah. So they're going to go off and, hey, there's still crime, even though we're evacuating this city. Let's go have fun fighting crime. And it's Polka Dot Man. And they think he's silly. And they do a little rock, scissors, paper. Who gets to take him down? But, oh, no, he explodes. So what happens to the Atom and Batgirl? Well, you'll have to read and find out. But they do give an explanation for what the deal is with the displaced time variants of Justice League members, Aquaman, Superman in his electric blue version, and so on and so forth. Batman Beyond's there. And oh boy, they got a mission and all that sort of stuff. So it's a tie-in for the KO, event. Yeah, I can't get excited about that. Oh boy, another DCKO tie-in. Night Fight. What's the deal with Batman? Well, he seemingly died right out the gate in the KO event. But Batman always has a contingency, so he's wearing apocalyptic armor. He's got a mother box, or father box rather, and escaped, but to another timeline. What's going on? And meanwhile, he picked up a Klingon batholith thing, But anyway, who's he going to fight in this? So he reminisces about his career, the good old days, and he was Batman and all that. But who's he going to fight? And he's reminiscing about his sidekicks, his Robins, and how proud he is of them. He's got to be pushing 60 at this point for this many boys to have raised to adulthood, well, I guess Damien's still a kid, but anyway, and so that's the deal. It gives you a little background on that. He's remembering this moment where they took down Professor Pig's circus of crime or what have you, and he's just so damn proud of them, and he's like, those are my boys. And then he oh no, the Joker got the drop on him in the KO battle, and he's telling Superman, remember what I said, so he can pass on his katra or whatever. Anyway, so he's when they die, they become these chess pieces or something. I don't know what it's suggesting exactly, but the father box goes off, and he ping, 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 and he arrives in Blade Runner Gotham, in his new apocalyptic armor type thing. And, what's this all about? So he tries to make contact with the Justice League. He doesn't know. And then suddenly he's got to fight Robins. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's just like Hush 2 and all. Yeah. And yeah, Dick Grayson shows up. And there's a reason why there's all these new Robins. They're younger and they're from the future and all that sort of stuff. Because he's in the future timeline type thing. But Dick Grayson has to come in and tell him, you've got to give up being Batman. It pisses me off. And he's Batman now. Whatever. He's got to fight, Robins. Again. So finally, yes, you guessed it, another DC KO tie-in, which basically just repeats stuff that was established in the first issue of the DC KO. And so here's Superman feeling bad because he's got to capture the beating heart of Apocalypse. Yeah. Well, once again, you get some pretty good art. They replay the deal that Doomsday, a.k.a. Time Trapper, and Grodd explain what the problem is and what they got to do. So they agree, here's the fight with the evil entities so that they can become King Omega and take on Darkseid and win the universe. So before he does all that, he flies over to the Fortress of Solitude and asks Daddy for some advice. I guess they've dealt with Jor-El no longer exists anymore. I mean, they brought him back and he was a ridiculous character and he took John away and then he got lost with Ultraman being tortured and came back, gay. I don't know. So now he talks to his AI dad. And what do I do, Dad? Now, they really hate Jor-El because then Lois comes in and she's mad at Jor-El too because of the whole thing with, Jonathan and all that. But, yeah, it's just a touchy-feely issue of, hey, where Superman is on all this, It's like he's not feeling good about this mission they got to do because it's really dark and rough. Yeah. That's about it. For the most part, the Superman series it's been interesting. It's been pretty good, but yeah, this event stuff, it's just roadblocks thrown in. The interesting thing about the last one, last one, I've lost count. There was the Nightmare crossover event they did. Jeremy Adams managed to navigate that one pretty good with Green Lantern at the time. So it didn't really interrupt the flow of his story. This time around, I don't know. And here you're repeating, DC KO1, Well, whatever. That's what DC brought. Marvel didn't do anything really. They did something, but who cares? Finally, you got to go outside the mainstream to find anything worth a damn, or at least fun. And this Space Ghost series, it's fun, So now he's trying to play peacemaker between two warring factions. The shark people and these crystal guys. So they've been fighting a war that's gone on forever. Now they've got this truce, and Space Ghost and the kids are trying to make sure they come to an understanding, sign a treaty and all that. But alas, all is not what it seems, and there's someone who doesn't want the peace to be had. So, and you get some of the people discussing what's going to happen. The two, I can't remember if they're the leaders or just the ambassadors for each other. No, they are. Yeah, the emperor and all that. So they meet up, and Space Ghost is watching over it to provide the security and whatnot, because he's nervous someone's going to disrupt it. And he's absolutely right. Someone will. And they're almost about to do it. And then, oh no, who's this? What's this? Oh no, pum pum pum. And there you go. The war's back on. Everybody hates each other. And it's trouble for Space Ghost and the kids. Space Ghost is in a lot of trouble by the end of the book. It's a cliffhanger, but you gotta check it out to find out. And I do recommend it. And if you got kids, despite there's more of an edge to this than the old cartoons did, but it's fine for kids to read. The Batman of Outer Space. Space goes like that, I always like the Jay Lee covers. They're not the main ones, but man, that is great work. I don't know. He's doing like a He-Man pose there, I guess. I don't know. And then, he does draw the kids older than they kind of were that age in the cartoon, I think, but not so much in the book. And then, of course, the monkey. Yeah. Man, it would be awesome if he was the regular artist. I mean, the artist they got's good, but Jay Lee is. But these days, all he does is the covers, When he was doing interiors and covers, oh, man, those were the days. But I guess it takes too long to do art that good for interiors and all that, We just can't have nice things, Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Once again, one of the independents outside of DC and Marvel tends to be the best bet for available titles of adventure and fantasy and all that good stuff. So there you go. That's your edition for Mr. Nailsin's Thursday Comics, because, I was late again. Yeah. So hopefully I can make up the difference Sunday. If not, I'll have to pile it up Wednesday, or do Wednesday and Thursday, or I'll probably miss it again, and then you'll see me Thursday. But anyway, thanks for watching. There you go. The comics that I read and reviewed here for you. The people.